right, good morning, everyone. Meteorologist Michael Wilhite here. I want to give you a quick update. Bad day coming up. The SPC has pulled the trigger on a rare high risk. Now, to give you an idea of how rare these are, in the past, we've seen years go by between high risks being issued. We've already issued twice this year. That's how rough of a spring it has been. But prior to that, you have to go back almost a year before the next one. So all that to say, your slight risks, you see them all the time. They're run of the mill. By the time you get to this category, this is when the proverbial manure is hitting the fan, and it's a super rare thing. And they've pulled the trigger on it, and it is what we call a tornado-driven high risk. If you look at the tornado probability charts, that's where the high risk is coming from, and it is basically saying that you could have tornadoes, long tracked ones, in excess of EF2, EF3, and beyond. So that's sort of the bullseye that you see there. But tornadoes not the only thing we have to worry about. Winds, certainly we have a high risk there for, as well as large hail. So it's kind of all in there. But remember, Mother Nature doesn't really give a care whether you're in a high risk or a moderate or enhanced or slight or even marginal. Doesn't really care about the 5 risk levels the NWS identifies there. It's going to do what it's going to do. So the reality is, under a situation like this, you need to take every watch and warning very seriously because it's going to be rough. Now, as far as timing on it, here's a good graphic that National Weather Service Paducah put out just to give you a little bit of an idea. Everything will start to initiate this afternoon well to our west out here in Missouri. For us here in Western Kentucky, you can expect from about 3 to 9 p.m. storms here in the pink zone and closer to 4 or 5 p.m. and beyond as you get over here closer to, say, Hopkinsville, Madisonville, Owensboro, and then all the way up into, say, Rockport, Jasper, places like that. In a general rule of thumb, I would say over most of the area, about 4 to 10 p.m. tonight is a rough estimate for you. Now, I don't want to make this a real long video, but let me just show you kind of what we're expecting, a mean line of storms coming through tonight. But before it gets that, here's this afternoon hours. So this is about 1 o'clock this afternoon Central Time. There it's starting definitely out to our west to go. Got to watch for these rogue storms here ahead of things to see if they'll produce anything. They'll be in a very favorable environment, so that's something we'll have to watch as the day goes on and you get starting into the evening hours. So this is about 5 o'clock Central Time. Notice the look of these. It's not a congealed line. It's broken down segments. These are what we call supercells. And these are definitely capable of producing those rotating storms that could drop a tornado. Eventually, as the evening wears on, it'll congeal more into a line, but it looks like it's going to be through the majority of our area before it starts to congeal into that line. And then once that's through, you're talking about more of a heavy rain threat. This is what the model was saying last night, just for reference. This model is run every single hour. This one had a very concerning look to me, so I just pointed out if we get a look like this, where it's multiple supercells all over the place, we're really in trouble tonight. So it's just going to depend on how things set up. And there's no way to know until we actually see it going there. But this is why we're so concerned. This is a product that we use to help identify rotation tracks. And all of these individual lines here, well, these are basically rotation tracks. So you can see, man, the bullseye is right about in there. And that's absolutely where they've issued. The high risk for is down in here. But we are not out of the woods here in the rest of Western Kentucky or Southern Indiana as well. Just take a look at these and you see there's a line kind of going right like this. Look how long that is. That's one storm, a rotation track through one storm. Let's look at maybe another right in here and look how long this one goes. You get the idea here. The brighter the colors, the stronger the rotation. So you can't take this as gospel. This is not 100% perfect in the modeling, but this gives us an idea that all of these storms that are going through tonight are going to have a lot of rotation. So that tells me probably going to be under tornado watches tonight. They will likely be PDS tornado watches. Particularly dangerous situation is the wording from the National Weather Service. You will likely see those tonight. I expect tornado warnings, a lot of them, to be issued tonight. Along with this, of course, large hail, damaging winds 70 miles per hour or more, a threat as well. So I don't want to downplay that. It's going to be a bad night. And of course, beyond that, then we have the flooding rain threat the rest of the week. That has not died down at all. But so flood watches are out there. Just keep that in mind. Remember, when a tornado warning is issued, get in, get down, cover up. Get inside. You don't want to be outside. You put as many walls between you and the outside as absolutely possible. Get to an interior room. Get down if you can. If you got a basement, that's perfect. But if not, get into an interior hallway or bathroom or something. Just put as many walls between you and the outside world and then cover up. If you got a helmet, great. If not, no big deal. Just grab a pillow from the bed. Just something for an extra layer of protection. All right, folks, like I said, rough day coming up. I'll go ahead and cut this video off here. I'll have more as the afternoon rolls on, and certainly this evening we'll be doing as much coverage as I possibly can. I'm meteorologist Michael Wilhite. Be safe. Try to have as good of a day as you can on a high-risk day like this, and we'll get through it.